I'm your co-ghost Anthony.
And I'm your co-ghost Caylee.
And this is Two Ghosts Review Thunderbolts. Alright, welcome back to another episode of Two Ghosts Review. This one we're going to be going over Thunderbolts asterisks.
You mean the new Avengers?
The new Avengers, yes. Spoilers!
I would sincerely hope someone listening to a podcast about a movie has seen the movie.
Yes. Honestly, anybody that's listening to our podcast had better watch whatever we're going over before they listen to this.
That goes for anyone watching any podcast about anything. Come on now.
These are not spoiler free.
Is there such thing as a spoiler-free podcast for shows?
I don't know. I'm sure there's got to be some, but we aren't one of those. So, well, let's get into. Well, we didn't have sufficient voting.
What?
For our poll.
Guys.
For our last episode. So I say we just give our
nobody voted.
Picks. Yeah, nobody voted.
Guys,
step it up. I did figure out how to do polls on Spotify now, though, so they will be available there as well. But our poll for our last episode was. Who will reintegrated Mark get with or be with? Not get with, be with.
Who would get with?
He can get with all of them. And the options were Gemma, Helly, or Helena. But you threw out another one that was reintegrated Helena, Helly.
I think that's the route we're ending up at.
I'll do you one better. Reintegrated Gemma, Mrs. Casey, and all the other ones.
Oh, gosh. No, I think it obviously is going to go for Helena for the show purposes.
I agree, but I'm not happy with it.
Maybe
I'd rather it be Gemma, but as you say, for like the show's purposes, I think it will go to reintegrated Helly or Helena, that route in some way.
I win. Poll conclusion.
Now that we've got that wrapped up,
let's get on with this, because we got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of concerns.
Haley's gonna have a lot of words.
Yeah.
In this one.
Get ready.
These are some good characters. Well, you don't think Bucky or Yelena are good characters?
I do.
Or Alexei?
Yeah, but the rest of these folks. The rest of these clowns.
All right. Well, first thing I noticed was we got the fanfare back, the Marvel logo.
Yes, which we were taking bets on before the movie started.
Yeah.
Will they do it or will they not do it? And I said, of course they'll do it, and then they did it.
You just brought it into existence.
It had to be. It had to be there. Are you kidding me? It was a massive mistake not putting it in Captain America, Brave New World, and if they were considering permanently dropping it, the backlash from that put it right back into this movie.
I don't even know why they tried to do that. That's weird.
Doesn't make sense of why they wouldn't put it in. I don't understand what kind of a statement they were trying to make. Regardless, they're no longer trying to make the statement.
Well, they're trying to make some kind of statement because they're going in a different direction. This was not the normal images. It was it was comics of Thunderbolts, and then it slowly had Sentry take over like all of it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't have a
like,
problem with the art being more particular to the movie by any means,
Yeah,
so long as it's not a spoiler outright.
what I mean by them still trying to make a statement is like they're not showing
Yeah,
the whole like old Avengers or like
it's like every character.
Infinity Endgame
Yeah, they no
ones.
longer have the entire Infinity Saga cast.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're trying to do something different here.
I would enjoy relevant comic art in that
Yeah,
sequence
I
for
would
every
too.
project because it is based off comic books. And that's what it used to be back before.
Yeah.
It used to just be the comic flipping sound. It wasn't even.
I just wonder if I feel like I'd get like after a while I'd be like, oh, I miss the old.
Oh yeah, but
Like
there's
look
like
at seeing
30
the
movies that you can watch it in.
yeah.
With me around, you'll see it enough. So don't worry.
Ain't that the truth? All right. Well, let's jump into the movie here. So we open with the shot that was plastered all over promoting the.
Well, she said it would be good for press.
Yeah, I mean,
We open on Yelena jumping off the building, the
yes.
second tallest building in the world. Talking about something's wrong with her.
She's sad.
Yelena has depression. I personally appreciated the fact that we're gonna mention Natasha in this like second line in the movie. I love that because she did exist. We like to act like
That was part of her character.
the female characters didn't exist sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like just because I saw this, I should have known that they were gonna like start the movie, or this shot was gonna be closer to the front of the movie. But with all the hype up about it, I felt like it was gonna be something a little more climactic. But it was just like
Okay, so what we're
right
gonna
off the
do
bat,
is we're gonna find
and it was
out.
kind of quick too.
No, we're gonna find out where that is, and then we're gonna take you up there, and you can do it too, and then you can tell me if it was climactic enough for you.
It didn't build up to that or anything though. Like I'm talking about the movie. Like it just starts off.
You
with
thought
a-
Yelena was gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to jump off the second highest building in the world. We need to get here. Hurry, everybody! I have to get off the building."
I don't know. Maybe it was just like seeing it. I felt like I saw all the footage, not necessarily, like there's the narration over top of it, but like I saw like all the footage of it already
Oh no.
before we even saw the movie.
I think I'd seen her like step off the edge before.
I'm pretty sure like I saw just a short little clip of her little dot falling and then the parachute coming out.
I don't know.
But anyway, I did like it though. Like when she landed, I like how like she's like depressed, but still fighting these people, but like really like lackluster. I don't know, like
Okay.
melancholy.
Yeah. Well, she has no emotion when she jumps off.
Yeah.
Presumably, absolutely no emotion while she's falling. No emotion upon landing. She's taken the parachute off. No emotion at all during any of it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
She looks like when she's walking around, like kind of slow, like.
Yeah.
It felt like she had the weight of the world on her. Like she was like.
Yeah.
Like dragging.
She was slow. They did her above, like her shot from above of fighting in the hall.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's really slow.
Yeah.
Doing this, like comparing to we've seen Natasha do it how many times? Fast, bam, out of the hall, like that, and that's part of like the effect of the shot is like she was there, she cleared him, and she's gone like just that fast. And Yelena took it was like, okay.
I felt like that was more of just the mood that she was in, though.
Yeah,
Not.
yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
know.
Like, not that she's been faster before. Like,
Oh yeah,
she was
yeah,
just taking her time, bored, still doing it, still taking care of all of them, but just not caring.
yeah. But yeah, so she goes into this lab. She's breaking into some lab, and it had to do something with Sentry, right?
Yes.
I
Because
can't remember exactly what the scientist guy said, but
he
it
was
was like
trying to
nodding
tell
at.
her that what Valentina didn't know what she was messing with and that it was dangerous and that it worked, like it was
Yeah,
dangerous and she needs to stop, like she doesn't understand. And Yelena's like, blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
I need your face to open the door. Like, not listening because she's depressed. She doesn't
Yeah.
care. It didn't catch her attention because she's not even present.
She's so lonely.
So lonely. You know.
But yeah, and then she like blows his face off.
Oh, no. He does that to himself.
Yeah, yeah. But it felt like an accident.
It,
I don't know.
yeah, she's literally like, oh no, I needed that face.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he accidentally shot himself.
yeah,
And she's like, dang it. It meant, like, not even that can go right. Yeah, it was an accident.
yeah. But yeah, so she ends up just blowing the floor up eventually there. Which I don't know what she was
But
supposed
she
to
took
like.
the
She was
guinea
just
pig.
supposed to go in there and I guess destroy something instead of blowing it up. But
Are you paying attention when we're in the movie?
there's a lot. Okay, I just
She
wrote it
needed
all
to get the
down.
stuff from behind the barrier. All the test tubes and stuff.
Ah,
She
okay.
wasn't supposed to blow the whole lab up. She was maybe supposed to kill the scientists that knew what was going on, but she needed to get the information from behind the facial scanner. She was
Huh.
not supposed to blow the lab up. That's why later,
Yeah,
when I can't even remember her name, the assistant.
Mel.
Yeah, when she says, "Oh, one of our agents blew up, a whole floor,"
Yeah.
and she knows it was Yelena that did it. Like, she was not supposed to do that. That's why she's like, "Oh, where is she?"
Where is she now?
Yeah, like, great. Was not supposed to do that. I mean, like, yes, technically you did what you're supposed to do, but you were not supposed to do that.
Yeah. All right, so then we go to Bucky, I believe, and him walking into um, Desfontaine's uh, impeachment trial.
Which, again, I've mentioned this to you a couple times in just talking. There is no point at all except to get him into any kind of a position where he has contact with Mel for him to be in any kind of political anything.
It is awkward, like seeing him in that position.
He didn't get anything passed. He didn't get anything signed. He barely served any portion of a term. It was literally to get him into that gala, or whatever we want to call it, so that he could bump into Mel. That was it.
Yeah.
It was a poor plot device. I can understand why, yes, maybe he would want to pursue that, but for him to actually do it, absolutely no way.
No. Yeah, I agree. Like, now that we've seen what, like, it's life, his career, the life of that career or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
It would have been more interesting to show him trying to run, and instead he had already won, and he was in, and then immediately out.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's like, how would he... I was, like, going along with it just to see where it goes, but it really doesn't make sense for the Winter Soldier, even though he, like, is reformed or whatever. Why would he be in government?
Well, he's just trying to be a regular guy now and do something good because he killed all
why would
those
anybody
people.
vote him in, though?
Yeah, why would anybody vote him in? Logistically, how would that actually happen? And I could have told you before they showed any of it, he was never going to be happy doing that.
No.
But they didn't even show him doing anything. He literally sat in her trial, and that was it. Weird.
Pretty much, yep.
It just, I don't know. They could have done that differently. I feel like he didn't need to put him through that because it just seemed like something that wasn't thought out. So it was immediately scrapped. But there wasn't even a reason for them to have him doing that in Brave New World.
Yeah.
Which is where it, quote unquote, came from. That's where it started. Yeah, and then it immediately, like, was flushed out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. I guess it was supposed to show him remotely trying to do something other than fight.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It always comes back.
He never wanted to do it in the first place. He was drafted in.
He's just in it now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I like his hair, though. I like his hair.
Don't talk to me about his hair.
Why?
That's the whole conversation. And then
it's a whole conversation.
He shaved it
off. I know,
he
shaved it off. So what does that mean for Doomsday?
Oh, God. That probably means he has to have a wig or something. That's terrible. I don't want to think. His hair is so good. He finally got it back.
How long have they been filming Doomsday? Because they filmed the end credit scene on the set of Doomsday.
I mean, but I don't know if they could have filmed. I mean, unless he, like, dies early on.
Exactly.
And he's not going to be in any major shots where they call everyone back. Unless they're getting a wig. But again, that's a lot of effort.
They better not kill Bucky in Doomsday.
I mean, if they do, it will be very, very sad. But honestly, that man has been doing this for so long.
I just feel like there's so much potential with that character.
Yeah, because they've never...
wasted.
They haven't done anything good with that character since The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Well, I kind of liked the, like, White Wolf, like...
Oh, for the 1 second that he was doing that?
Yeah, the 1 second, but I like, enjoyed it. I mean, he was good in Infinity War, too, but there's so many other characters, so he didn't get, a lot of time. But... I don't know, like, I hope, if he does die, I hope that they don't stop making movies with him and they, like, go back.
I would love that. Unfortunately, they can no longer do that. Because of their poor choices.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you don't pay people.
Alright, so we're in this trial, and... DeFontaine is
making a point about how it's DeFontaine.
DeFontaine, yeah. And she is basically just saying that everything that she has done has been to protect U.S. citizens. And there's no Avengers, so it basically falls on her. And her Ox company, or whatever that is, underneath her, which, like, somehow she's, like, with her position in the CIA, she's, like, using that to, like, benefit her company.
Yeah, it's a conflict of interest, though, is the whole point of the trial.
Yeah. But, but she's explaining it away by saying that she's protecting U.S. citizens by doing what she's doing right now.
Right.
I think she's very trustworthy.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Now, something that I want to... Well, I guess I can wait to complain about it. I'll wait. I'll pause on this, because it's relevant later.
Alright. Well, next little bit is Yelena visiting Alexei.
So good. So good.
Yeah?
Make a movie of just this. Just this part. Extend it.
Tell me your favorite bits of this.
He has been sitting on his couch watching old Red Guardian footage.
Him up on the balcony waving.
Yeah, like he's watching like History Channel footage of himself.
Yeah.
And he's in like these nasty clothes. And he thinks she's like his Postmates driver or something.
I click leave on board.
Yeah. And he's got memorabilia all over his walls, like his home decor. His house is Red Guardian themed.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Many irons in the fire.
He brushes his teeth with dish soap in his hand.
He's a real man.
Yeah.
Yelena's like coming to him basically like to talk to somebody because she feels so lonely.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not lonely, I'm great.
Yeah. And she's like, mentions like wanting to quit, and he's like, please give me her number.
Please give me
DeFontaine's number.
If
you don't want to be here.
Imagine him working for her. Yeah, right.
I think well, I don't know. He's nicer now, but like when I think back to Black Widow and him working under Dreykov, it's like it's not that big a jump, but now I think he
didn't fully understand what was going on. None of them fully knew.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's not very smart. That's the thing. It's like he could be easily manipulated, I think, by someone who's a master manipulator.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like how she's telling him that she's not happy, and does he feel fulfilled? And he's like, yes, so fulfilled, so full, so filled.
I think this is also, he mentioned something, I don't remember the wording of it, I just remember that this is where she kind of gets the idea, but he mentioned something about doing good out in the open.
He felt the best when he was being a hero.
Yes, yeah.
And how, Natasha got that right, and Yelena should try.
Yes, yeah.
If she's not happy doing this, under the table stuff, she needs to go, it's her turn to go be a hero.
Yeah. And I like that. I really like the Alexei and Yelena stuff in this movie. There's more, but like,
well, yeah, they took that one scene and ran.
Just
they did it right.
The father-daughter stuff. Like he's being a father in this, like the best way that he can, and which he always is. He always is trying like the best that he can, but. Not at the beginning of like Black Widow.
Yeah, he could have tried a little harder when they were kids.
Not that, but I mean like current him, like I'm thinking of the end of Black Widow kind of thing, like towards the end of it, and then in this one learning a lot. Like,
yeah, I think I just got like stunned with the realization. Finally. They've taken a scene where people were like, yes, we like that. That's great. The crowd enjoys it. And then they did it again, but they did it like right. They weren't like, yeah, we like the girl team up in Infinity War. And then again, they're like, oh yeah? What if we got all the girls to team up? And it was like, no, that was bad. They're like, we liked it when Alexei and Helena were having a daddy-daughter moment, but it was also weird and terrible. And they did it multiple times in this movie, and it was good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, We'll unpack more of it, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's one of like the highlights for me in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, which this movie does well. Like they focus on the characters. And, like, their relationships feel like, I don't know, like real relationships, not like their other previous movies that they've been putting out. Like, I don't care about these other characters. I like the interconnectedness of these characters. But, I mean, a lot of them kind of have connections already, so it's building off of that. But, so, yeah, then Yelena calls DeFontaine and...
You just call her Valentina.
Valentina calls Valentina, and um, tells her that she wants something more public facing, and she's like, "Okay, but I got one more mission for you before that."
Okay, but go die.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send you to an incinerator with all my trash,
Literally.
my secrets.
Which, okay, here's where I'm going to complain about this. Why is Yelena still working for Valentina
After Hawkeye?
after Hawkeye?
I don't know. Yeah.
That was something I wanted resolved, because Valentina clearly lied to her.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think Yelena's smart, so it's not the best um, explanation, but I do think that she is just like I said, like a master manipulator. Especially, you got to be a great manipulator to be a head of CIA. But
Yelena's a master manipulator too.
yeah, she is, but not like that. I don't think. I don't even remember where I was going with this.
How does Yelena get sent after Clint the way that she did and find out that it was wrong, and then make it all the way to this incinerator and have, who did they send after her? Walker was there to kill Yelena. Yes.
Dang, dude.
Which the only reason that Walker was sent to heal her, like, the only thing he can do is he just has super soldier serum.
It's more than her.
Yeah, like, but it's like, she was sent after Ava. They sent her after Ghost.
Yeah.
And when she walks in and is going after her, and I feel like very early on, like, Ava's like, I'm not, like, she clearly is going after someone else.
Yeah.
Like, it should have been pretty immediate that she's like, hang on, he got sent here to try and kill me, and I was supposed to kill you.
I did, yeah, that went on a little bit longer.
Like, we're all supposed to kill each other. Like, how did that
go on so long?
Yeah, how did she not realize when she was literally, fool me twice?
Yeah.
This is like, and we're all okay. This is Valentina's secret thing. Like, how did we not realize?
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing when it was happening. I was like, okay, obviously they're all trying to kill each other. And yeah, like why didn't Yelena notice that?
So I think I said
before
something to you in the movie theater, like, this is like Rocky Horror Picture Show. And they're all standing there saying each other's names, and they've all got caught. Like, it's just like, what? Why are you here? You're here? Why are you here?
Well, the good thing about it is I think this is my favorite fight of the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were there's not a lot of fighting in this movie. Like,
there's not.
And then this is like the biggest, like, ground level fight.
I like
where they're all even and they're like they're going after each other. And I enjoyed John Walker more in this movie. And I really liked him fighting in this movie too. He just brought the type of fighting that I want to see from a Captain America type hero, which is he's using a gun. Mm-hmm. I liked in the first Avenger when Steve was using a gun.
Steve's not a gun guy.
I know, but I enjoyed that, like, shield and a gun. I like that, and then he also has super soldier serum, so he can fight. But I liked just a little thing I liked was him flipping the clips out when they were out. Like, he just throw the clip out of the gun basically, and then boom.
I think that's just because he's an angry guy.
I know, but it was fun.
Incorporating
it looked cool in the fight. But yeah, I really enjoyed this fight.
You know what I enjoyed about this fight?
No, no, what?
I enjoyed that they went through all the effort of getting Taskmaster off the Red Room helicarrier. They did all this work. They got her. Don't worry, we're not leaving you behind. She gimped herself over onto the thing with the rest of the widows.
Please don't leave me.
And then she says, I'm not here for you, and gets shot in the face. Right in the middle of her forehead.
I was very disappointed with this. I mean, obviously you could see it coming with the promotional stuff.
But the way they did it was literally like, it felt like we're resolving an unwanted plot piece.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't like her. And I get it because like she's completely different to, well, not completely, but like she's a different version of Taskmaster from the comics, who's a guy, and I'm assuming he has just like the power to mimic, but she has like a chip. I don't know the details, but like I enjoyed her character. I just think that she needed more time. So I was kind of looking forward to, before the promotional stuff got sketchy, looking forward to them fleshing out her character more. And I like that she can just look at anybody's fighting style and copy it. I think that's interesting. And I like that she has like a bow and a shield and a sword. It's like,
you're gonna have to see all that action in Black Widow exclusively.
Only in Black Widow, yeah.
For a limited time only.
It is, yeah. That was kind of frustrating for me because like I knew it was coming, but I didn't want it to happen.
I think multiple people in our theater laughed.
What? I didn't even notice that. I was too distraught, bro.
I was one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we got the low point of the movie for me also here is Bob.
Well, before we get to Bob, another thing about Taskmaster. She was supposed to have originally a subplot with Ghost, where she was struggling with her memory, and that she was trying to like throughout the movie she's trying to kill Walker because her memory is bad, and she was like he was a target for her, and so like she flips into that mode and keeps trying to kill him, but then like Ghost helps her like remember.
Well, then they're probably going to be in love by the end of it, so it's a good thing they cut it.
If it was going that way, yeah, that's a great thing that they cut it. But if they were just going to be friends, then that would have been great to build up their friendship. But
oh boy.
Anyway, let's get to Bob.
Bob shuffles out and he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on? I'm in like some scrubs. I'm just here." And nobody really has that many questions, and they just automatically assume that he's a civilian, even when John Walker finds a sarcophagus for him.
Yeah, I mean,
he says wasn't nothing.
Things were getting pretty crazy at that point.
But nobody ever brings it up.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything. Elena's like, "Don't worry, baby bird. We'll get you out of here.
You're just a normal human."
I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of Bob. And I wasn't a fan of Bob from the first trailer. The whole vibe was just off with him. Like, he doesn't fit.
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on Bob are, like, I actually like his character. I just don't think he fits with this team or the vibe of this movie, really. I mean, he can kind of fit into the vibe, but he's not like it's the wrong genre of superhero for the movie. Like he's just too overpowered for street level heroes.
Well, it's a good thing that we predicted what was going to happen several months ago, that the Thunderbolts were just going to have to
Yes.
defeat Sentry with the power of friendship.
That's right. We called it.
Yeah. The power of friendship. And
Power
then
of
they
friendship.
really went with it. And that's enough to make you Avengers.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
The
dun-dun-dun-dun-dun,
original
dun-dun-dun.
Avengers were built off the power of not being friends.
Yes. They do an Avengers movie, then they all go their separate ways.
They
do not stay together.
One man dies and they're like, okay, we'll team up for 1 second. And
Son of
Tony's
Cole.
like, don't worry, I'll make a whole place for us in case you ever come back, because he's crazy. Yeah, Bob, not the vibe. Yeah, boo. And yeah, pretty immediately also it was obvious the rest of what direction the rest of the movie was gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as like things started happening, I don't remember what the first situation was, but I don't remember if someone was like getting snarky with him or what it was. Yelena was like, "Hey, stop! 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 Be nice to him! Leave him alone! Stop!" And I was like, "Oh, great." Great wasn't the word. The word I was gonna use was started with an F. Great. Just what I didn't want this movie to be about.
I think you were scared that Helena was going to have a relationship with Bob.
Yes, I was very
like a romantic
You don't think that it's pointed that way?
Yes, I think it felt like that a little bit, but it didn't like fully end up being like that. And I think by the end of the movie, it felt a little less.
Oh, really?
I mean, like
by the end of the movie.
The end credit.
Okay, by the end credit.
By the end credit, yes. By the end of the end.
You mean by the end credit when he's sitting across the room, all the way across the room, and then Bucky is helping Yelena?
Exactly.
With the tablet?
With they're so close. Why are they so close to each other?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right.
Yeah, this was just, I don't know. I was trying to place him, which I've never seen this actor in anything. And to me, I recognize he looks just like his dad. I saw a post on Instagram. He's the son of the dad from Casper.
Yeah.
Which I watch all the time.
I mean, yeah, they do look the same, but like I wouldn't have thought that. I didn't think of that. Like
maybe if I had watched it a couple times at home, I would have realized, but just from watching it the one time, no, but like the way his hair is.
Also, I think the glasses maybe throw me off, like for his dad in that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, but
I don't know. That was just weird to me. Just like, I don't know why he's not any more random than anyone else on the planet. But it's like, that's just so random feeling. Like the dad from Casper? Okay.
Actually, I don't know. Because he's in, what was that? I think it was Top Gun Maverick. I think that's what he was in. Bob.
I don't know.
And he had glasses on in that.
Well, we watched that movie one time.
I didn't notice.
And I didn't notice.
Yeah, so maybe, I don't know. But they do look similar when you like.
Oh yeah.
Think about it, you know. Anyway, in between, kind of all the stuff that's going on in the incinerator or somewhere in here, Red Guardian is limoing.
Yeah, and how does his dinky limo service?
I thought it like when they were showing the inside of it. Maybe it was just because it was dark. It didn't look like his one, to me.
He has two.
Okay. He brought up the nice one.
He only has two. Yeah. Maybe he brought up the nice one, or maybe it just looks nicer because it's dark.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, but how does he get to carry or transport Valentina, the head of the CIA.
Yeah, I feel like she would have her own vehicles
Or
taking
her
her
own
around.
staff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that just seemed like another plot device. It was really fast, so I'll let it slip.
yeah.
And that's fine, but also, seriously, that's
That's what. Okay, so with this movie, I think there's a lot of things like that.
which
Like
is
that. This is a
unfortunate.
good movie. Like I enjoy this movie, but like,
I want things to be a little more airtight than
yeah, you
that.
need to tighten it up. Yeah, seal the leaks and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where he overhears um, Valentina and Mel.
Literally saying they're killing Gilena
Yeah,
and friends.
in a random person's limo that
Yeah.
you hire. Like what?
When they were talking in code
Yeah.
everywhere else about how the guests are at the party or whatever.
And wouldn't she? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, wouldn't you like if you're taking like a public service, kind of for her at least?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you look into them a little bit?
Yeah.
Especially if you see it's called Red
Well,
Guardian.
it must have been, was her name Mel?
Mel.
It must have been her that picked it.
Yeah.
So it's Mel's
Which
fault.
let's talk about Mel.
Ugh.
I mean I think that they are definitely trying to make her this songbird character
Who?
that online everybody's saying that Mel is gonna be a hero that's named Songbird because she's got a necklace that has like the songbird emblem on it, and the character's name is Melissa something, but they just named her Mel.
Mm-hmm.
But so
I haven't seen anything
yeah,
about this, so interesting. Okay.
yeah. So she might be a character or a hero later on, but she's kind of not that important
Yeah.
in this movie. No, like
she's moderately important.
moderately, but she's not like a big character or anything. Like she's
Yeah. Go now.
and then yeah, so they're at this gala, and Bucky's there.
Which is it's not in the tower. Was it in the tower? There was a whole bunch of
It
stuff
might have
like
been
about the Battle of New York. I was just
No.
trying to place it. I don't remember. I feel like I missed the line.
Yeah,
I can't.
it very well could have been in the tower.
I can't hear without my subtitles. Well, I don't know. Because in the lobby, when they walk in downstairs later in the movie, the lobby is clearly like under severe renovations.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure that it could have been.
I mean, it could have been a different part
But
of the building.
look at how do people go up there?
Well, I
then
mean, like
through
another side of the building or
well,
something.
whatever. So you've got Bucky up here, like trying to be like a super spy, but also a government official. Like he's like, I gotta get intel. I gotta do this or that. And who was this? Was it the judge?
Yeah,
He's like body slams the judge around the corner to like talk to him. He's like, just text me like a normal
Yeah.
person. Like Bucky still can't.
there's no cameras in this corner right here.
Yeah.
They can't see us.
Any regular congressman would know that.
Yeah, jeez.
Gosh. Yeah, he's doing really well to be a regular guy, just everyday Joe.
Nailing it.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Regular night. Everybody be cool.
Yeah.
He's trying the best
But-
he can.
I think the main takeaway for Bucky being here is that he gives Mel his card.
Which is the only reason he became a congressman.
To have a card.
To
What
get
was
to
it?
this moment. To give her this card, because that's what this movie needed. Was someone to connect
Yeah.
with Valentina's assistant to turn over information.
This
The
is
only
it.
reason he became a congressman. His
This
whole
is-
career was for this moment.
This is where it all led to.
And this is
This
it
is the
for
fight
him.
of our lives.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the main takeaway there. So back in the incinerator,
Meanwhile, in
it
the
gets turned on.
incinerator,
It gets turned on.
and Walker's like, nah, Valentina wouldn't kill me. I'm a war hero. I'm here to take you fools in.
That's
Everyone, handcuff yourselves.
It's enjoyable to me, honestly.
He makes
Like,
me want to punch him.
He's terrible, but like it's enjoyable. Like,
Oh my gosh, he's just so pompous. I
He is.
hate
He
him.
that's the thing. I don't know. Like this team of characters, like some of them like have personality. Like John Walker has this personality, but like I still like the character. Like
He does a good job at making me angry at him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's doing a
Like,
good job. It's just,
and with later on, like it's also like they show you, his what happened to him with everybody getting a little bit of their void kind of stuff. So it kind of like, not saying that he's right or anything, but like it makes you see where he's coming from kind of a little bit.
What? Well, he's a bad dad?
Yeah. He's a bad dad, but then like his wife left him and took his kid.
Because he's a bad dad?
Yeah. But like it's still gotta like feel bad for him,
I don't feel bad for him.
For him though, he's gotta feel bad. Like,
well,
do
better. Don't leave your kid screaming in the playpen, staring at you. Come on.
So,
Boo, Walker.
So yeah, they find this. They find the machine that's blocking Ghost from phasing through the wall. They break that. She gets out, opens the door at the last second, so we can have a cool explosion with the heroes
Yeah, which she
flying out.
She claims she tried to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, wait, that's later because
she does it twice.
Yelena and Bob have to fly against the wall together so that he can go into her memory of the first time she led someone to their death.
Yes.
Which, yeah, my thoughts here was, well, maybe that's later. It's later, but even here, I was like, wow, we're gonna get more Red Room in this than we did in decades.
We did get a good amount of red room.
And I will complain.
So I almost said red room.
I will complain that the Red Room that we see in Black Widow does not feel anything like the Red Room that we saw in Natasha's flashback in Age of Ultron. Flashback / bad memory. In Age of Ultron, of the ballet studio, and
it felt like it, at least to me, like it could be connected.
Didn't feel the same to me at all. And then what we see with Yelena is more on par with what Natasha was remembering. Which, like, you could say, oh yeah, well that was 20 years ago, they modernized, but I just don't see how you get from, like, Professor Xavier's house, like, hardwoods and bookcases and stuff, to, like, a flying, like, helicarrier situation.
Yeah.
With, like, black polished tile.
Dreykov's office is, like, clinging on to that aesthetic or whatever of the original Red Room, I felt like.
I don't know. It just felt different to me. So it felt nice. Not that it felt nice to see this, but, like, it felt nice to get back to that, because that's how I feel the Red Room should be. Yeah. But. Not
a flying, completely visible fortress in the sky.
Yeah.
That we can't find.
No one can find it.
Yeah.
Now you know how Dracov managed to stay above the radar all these years.
I still don't understand.
No, and poor little Yelena, yeah, she remembers that. And then Bob is there, and then she wakes up, and he's laying there, like, staring at her, and she doesn't say anything. It's like, yeah, that wasn't weird at all. Okay.
Yeah, right here, I like the scene. So they're all recovering, but Walker starts being mean to Bob,
Mm-hmm.
and I just liked that he laughed because Walker is a mean Captain America. like,
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
was juxtaposed or something. Like he thought it was funny, and I was
Which
like,
I
that is funny.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Wow, you're supposed to be Captain America, but you're really mean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, then we get Yelena being all nice to Bobby.
Yeah, as soon as I think that was the moment. As soon as they wake up and they're holding hands, I was like, "Oh my god.
Yeah.
Please, somebody, I need to get out of here. Turn it off. Pause it. Hang on." Because I'm not prepared. That's not what I prepared myself for. Bob. It's like, "Oh, let me hold your hand. Sorry, I'm using my Scarlet Witch powers on you. I can."
Bob's the star of the show, okay?
No.
What would you think? Because originally it was supposed to be Stephen Yoon, and then there was scheduling conflicts, and so it changed. That was very early on, but there's like concept art that's come out now of him in the suit.
I don't. I mean, like, obviously, it probably would have changed the whole vibe of the character, but with the way that. I don't know his name, but the way that this actor played him, he's just so sheepish.
Yeah, and I think he played him really well.
I don't know if Stephen Yoon could have come across the same.
Yeah, I
timid,
agree.
little, sheepish, like, "Oh, I don't know, I'll just hang around." Like when he's like, "You should just leave me."
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know.
I don't think that.
It
would come across. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he could surprise, but from what I've seen of him, I don't think that it would just feel weird. Mm-hmm. Him trying to do that.
I'm glad that they went with someone that I would consider to be more unknown.
Yes.
I want Marvel to literally find no one and put them in things.
I also thought it was funny because people online made a point. Mm-hmm. Sentry or Bob said invincible many times.
Did he?
Yes, throughout the movie. I was thinking the same thing.
I was just thinking he looked like Homelander.
The first 2 times that he said invincible, I was thinking about invincible. But it's funny because they had Stephen Yoon originally cast as him.
And he voices invincible.
And voices invincible, but they would also be putting him in a yellow and blue suit.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why he really couldn't do it.
Maybe. But yeah, no, I think, I mean, we still got more to go here with Bob, but I do think that this actor did a really good job flipping between these different kind of emotions, like the sheepish, but also like when he's Sentry, just the confidence and stuff that he had.
Confidence? He didn't have very. He didn't when he
was like what is it?
Void. He's
no.
He didn't have confidence at all.
It's how do I describe it? It was the opposite of the sheepishness, though. Like he was starting to feel like he could do whatever he wanted, basically, like Valentina and
when he was telling her, "Why should I listen to you?"
Yeah, like he felt good, like in that suit, like.
At that point,
it was when he talks about like the low. He has low lows and high highs. That was like a high for him, and then Void was like the low, but he's like the sheepishness in between, which is more on the lower side. But like, he played three different characters in this, and I think he did well.
Honestly, I was getting a lot of vibes from like this whole thing, like. Once it starts to come together that Valentina was working on trying to create a hero and all this, I just kept thinking of like Vought.
Yeah.
Because that's what he was going to be, was a corporately owned hero. Like in
Avengers Tower is now Vought
yeah,
Tower.
people were saying like, oh, or like the Avengers were they were privatized, but like they were individuals.
Yeah.
They were like an organization formed of individuals. Like he was going to be owned.
Yeah. He was going to be Sentry.
Yeah,
And that is
he was
who he is.
But she had, gaslit, emotionally manipulated him really fast, which we'll get into later. But like,
yeah.
she had made him dependent on her. Like, and I really don't want to talk about it, but that lady in The Boys that Homelander liked, and the blonde lady that Homelander liked.
The blonde lady? Which?
Okay, the lady that he was nursing from for whatever reason.
Wasn't that the... Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
Wasn't she like his boss or something?
Yeah, something...
Okay.
Something like that. Because when you said the one that he liked, I was thinking of Stormfront, the Nazi one. So
no,
I was
sorry,
like...
not the Nazi.
But she had like black hair, so I was confused.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it all the way there,
Yeah.
but I had to. Like, that's like the weird, like, she wanted to come across as like motherly, but also like in charge of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that she wanted him to be like romantically involved with her or anything, but it was giving me like those vibes.
She wanted to be like the motherly kind of...
I want to be the person that makes you feel the most confident.
Right, yeah.
Like...
When she says like, I'm the only one that understands you.
Yeah, which isn't true, because Yelena was being nice to him the whole time.
Yeah. Like,
the entire time.
Yes.
So... Yeah. But, I completely forgot what we were talking about. We got off track talking about Bob.
Well, okay, so we get the elevator scene next. Or they go up this elevator, and John Walker does the super soldier jump.
I never in my life saw Steve do that, because if Steve could do that, he wouldn't have had to have Wanda boost him up through the window in Lagos. Steve,
true.
Steve never jumped like that.
I guess Walker just has a superior super soldier serum.
The only time I've ever seen anybody jump like that was the Hulk. Yeah. What? He just blasts off.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I never saw Steve do that.
Steve has done some big jump. Like, he can jump farther, but he can jump far. But this jump felt like the Hulk jumping. Yeah.
What is... Steve just didn't work out like John does, I guess. Oh no, this is gonna be the sound bite on Instagram, isn't it? Steve never jumped like this. It's so weird.
And just bend your knees and jump.
There's a couple times in this movie where I was like, that didn't look right.
Yeah.
That was giving Mantis in the Guardians Christmas special.
Which is funny, because it doesn't have that much CG.
Yeah.
But, like, the CG it does have is kind of like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they decide to... this is Bob's idea. They all go back to back.
Cusco! The Emperor's New Groove It?
Yeah. They new groove it up the elevator.
And Ava has a bad costume for this. Ghost. Her butt plate is in the way.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh yeah, they're complaining like someone's butt is really hard.
Oh yeah.
It's my suit.
Yeah. It's my suit. Yeah. So yeah, they climb up this thing, and
then John almost
I don't know how they
kills everybody.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But it's okay. It's okay. Everybody survived.
I would have shot him right after that. Are you kidding me? He's so terrible. Oh, I can't. even. Like, that made me so angry.
Hey, he'd probably, if he did end up killing all of them, he'd probably walk out there
and be shot
and be like, I took care of them, kind of like. You know?
Don't worry, guys.
Don't worry.
Just me.
Valentine, I'm back from my mission.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, yeah. And right after that, I feel like everyone started getting on him, and Yelena was like, "No, we have to work together." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You don't just want to pop him once?
Well, you do have an army of.
They don't know that yet.
People coming out.
They don't know that
to
yet.
get him. So yeah, Valentina's waiting for him outside.
Oh, because they were working together. She found out they were working together, so they had to get there.
Gonna break them up.
You know how you said they weren't gonna work together? They're working together.
Well, they're working together, and Bob, a working version of something you thought did not work.
Oh yeah, and Bob is working
got
too.
Out. Yeah. And we also get in here we get Mel calling Bucky, and he's washing his arm
because his sandwich dripped, which
just wipe it off, maybe.
Yeah, just get a wet paper towel. Why are you putting it
throw
through
it in
the
the
dishwasher?
We got to do a cycle here. Oh, another thing, something I was disappointed, and I was fairly confident that they weren't going to touch on it. Rocket getting Bucky's arm
and giving it to Nebula, or
Nebula giving
it to
Rocket.
Yeah. Like I said,
Bucky just has it.
Maybe she asked him nice. Can I borrow it?
You think Rocket just wants to borrow it?
No.
Once he gets his dirty little paws on it?
That's true. I don't know. It would have made a lot more sense if Rocket had been given like his old one.
Yeah, but it's
something
not.
That
it's
he
like
for sure never wanted to see again. Yeah, it's not
the
like
Wakanda.
It's not like Wakanda gave him like 5 arms and a chest or something.
I mean, I just want to mention, like, it. I can make up my own thing. Like, it got stolen, but he obviously has a direct line to Wakanda, so he just got a new one.
Was the Guardians Christmas special timeline placed?
Yes, I think so. I think it was 2026 or something. Well, no. It's further back. I don't know. It's on my list.
Well, you might have
of
to
chronological
look at it again.
stuff.
Maybe. Well,
it's still yet to come.
He got a new arm. The end credit. I think his arm is new, or his sleeve is covering it. I don't remember.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Which arm was it? Right?
Yes.
Right, yeah. I did notice that. But I thought it was like, I don't know. I gotta see it again. I was kind of thinking it was like just part of his like whatever shirt. So, like you said, his sleeve was covering it. But maybe he does have a new one. And yeah, so Yelena is trying to, get them all together, and she's this is where we get our first mention of Thunderbolts,
which I love.
You love it?
Yes. Yes, because we saw the picture of the Alexi has pictures of Yelena and Natasha as kids. He's got her soccer team, and yeah, she's like, we were terrible. Someone did a poop.
Someone did.
Like, she tells the story, and then we get to it later, but we hear the story a couple different times.
Yeah, we do, and I like the discrepancies.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I don't like is that this is where the name, like, I think it's funny that this is where the name came from, and that's fun, but the fact that we have somebody named Thunderbolt Ross, and that's where the team name actually comes from, like, it feels kind of...
I thought for sure that this was going to be the reason why they had to recast and make sure that he was there.
Yeah.
They didn't just kill the character off
We have
with
Thunderbolts
the
coming
actor.
up right after.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, what a terrible time for our actor to pass away. We need to recast him. Stat. Forget about it. Actually, he's in the raft. Has nothing to do with this. What?
Yeah, that was a bit frustrating for me, but I mean, it is funny. It's just that's just one of those things to me in this movie that's like,
If it wasn't for Alexi
that's not
making
that
it
great.
so dang enjoyable.
Exactly. Yeah. So they escape. Ghost gets out of there easy.
Well,
She can just turn invisible and.
are you talking about right before they fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to come up with a plan, and it looks like she just left them.
Yeah.
Her task was to go get a vehicle. Bob was supposed to stay behind Jelena.
Yeah. Because he's got no powers. Okay.
Yeah, because he's just a regular
He's a
guy,
weak human.
Which you said that your favorite fight was the one where they're all fighting each other in the vault.
Yeah.
My favorite fight is when Yelena ties Bob to her back.
So silly.
And is just taking people out.
It's so I heard like.
She's not playing. She was serious.
It's funny, but it looked like so loosely tied to her.
She barely.
Like,
in the middle of. She's in active combat, and she has to like. What does she tie him on with? Like a hose?
Why tie him at all if it's gonna be like he's falling out of the rope?
She is like actually taking care of business with him tied to her though.
Yeah, short time tied to her.
She could have kept going.
Yeah,
well. Anyway, she goes to flip the power, and it's not working because all of these guys coming in to fight them are wearing night vision goggles. So if she turns the lights on, they won't be able to see anything, and it gives them an upper hand. Walker cannot wait, not for one more second, while she's trying to figure it out, and he's just like, I have to do everything myself.
Well, they were coming right around the corner.
But he could have moved. He's like, I have to do it.
That did not to me feel like it was like I just can't wait. It was like, come on, Yelena, come on, and she's like struggling with it, like it's not working. Come on. They're coming around the corner. Come on.
I guess I just felt like he was just being a jerk, because he's always just being a jerk, and he does what he does, but then he's like out of sight while she takes the next wave.
Yeah.
With Bob
I don't know what.
That's why I'm saying, like, there had to have been somewhere for him to move.
I think he just moved ahead. It felt you couldn't really map out what they were, the hallways or things that they were in there.
It felt like he could have moved or waited, but he didn't. And then somehow he didn't take this other wave or even start fighting them, because Yelena's got to do it with Bob tied to her back.
Well, maybe it was after, like they were fighting at the same time, because like. There's that.
Then he comes back for them and
drop down
gets
all their bodies. He almost gets shot.
Yeah. Which I enjoyed. That was in the trailers, and I thought we were going to get more of that.
More close calls with Walker?
I don't know. Just more like, he's like, stop, it's me! And they're like, what are you doing? Where were you?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. And John starts doing the calculations for, okay, if this wave just came through, we have a minute before they send the next in. And then they literally just walk out, and everybody's dressed up as a guard.
Yep.
Really?
All right.
Okay. Let it slide, I guess. And they're walk past Valentina, and Ava pulls up, the truck pulls up and no one's driving.
Yeah.
And then she reveals herself. And John's like, I have to drive. They put Bob in the back by himself, which didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And
so he could get out and go be the distraction.
Then Walker's like, let me handle this, when they get stopped on the way out. And he's terrible. Yeah, he's like, we have to leave.
Good thing Bob helped out.
Yeah, we have to leave, and then Bob comes out the back and takes like 1,000,000 bullets.
1,000,000 rounds to the chest. And they're like, okay, he's dead. Let's get out of here. That's what he wanted to do, or he did his job.
All that work. I fought with him tied to my back. Elena's man.
And then bro just like gets up and flies up into the sky.
Yeah. That's what I would do if someone shot me that many times.
Oh my goodness. I'm invincible.
He just flies up with no control and then back down.
It's like he passes out.
And makes a crater like Thor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he falls like directly at their vehicle as they're driving away.
How convenient.
Yeah, so they don't have a vehicle, and Alexei rolls
my gosh. And Yelena knows what it is. He's honking. How did, like, do not go in there! He's so late, but he's yelling a warning that Valentina's going to try and kill them.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we figured it out. But Yelena's like embarrassed. He's in the distance. Everyone's like, what is that?
This is another thing that was like, I enjoyed it because it was funny, but it made no sense. Yeah, that far away. Like...
Yeah. He immediately drove home from dropping off Valentina. Immediately drove home. Had to get dressed.
Yeah. He had to put on his suit.
Yeah, had to put his suit on and just
the helmet
straight drove.
The helmet always looks like it's squeezing his head.
It's designed like, yeah, he looks like it's like 2 sizes too small. Like he has to pound it on.
Yeah, he does. He goes.
Yeah. Seriously, needs like a mallet.
But yeah, that was funny, and I thought it was maybe a little too much, like over the edge humor when he got out. It was just like it was a prolonged shot of him wide stanced going over here. Like,
no, I liked it.
Like it went on for a minute there. No. It's like, okay, I get it. He's hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, Valentina also helicopters.
Yeah, the helicopters don't have anything to say about the limo.
Wait, say again?
The helicopters don't have anything to report back, like
on the limo. Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a time jump.
Hey, like, Valentina,
it's daytime.
You know that limo that picked you up from the thing the other day?
Well, wait, did we see helicopters? Yeah. Because they ducked, right? In the daytime?
Because Yelena told them to get down.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, then it was
Yelena hit the deck.
It was nighttime when the helicopter took Bob to the watchtower is what we're calling it now.
No. Not in my heart.
Well, technically it is Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
But it's called Watchtower now.
I liked it when Walker was feeding everybody cactus and they all didn't really like it.
Yeah. So yeah, Alexei picks them all up, and this is where they have their little Yelena and him have their little back and forth about Thunderbolts and
the Pee Wee soccer team.
Who sponsored them or whatever.
Shane does not have the money.
It was Dimitri. Whatever his...
Dimitri's tires.
Something. I don't know. I just thought it was so funny when he said Dimitri's whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know why. The delivery was funny to me. And then we have Bucky coming after capturing
the
the
attack
Thunderbolts.
vehicles are coming up behind them because, again, why is there a limo out here?
Yeah.
The limo can't go over, like,
It's like
55
or
like
something.
pushing 56. It's sort of bulletproof.
Right. Because of
Yeah.
Walker's shield.
Yeah, Bucky pulls up out of nowhere and takes him out and pulls. This is exactly the same as when Steve holds down the helicopter.
Yeah. So with this
You do not.
chain
I
or
don't care
whatever
how
it is.
strong you are. You don't weigh enough to do that. That's not how physics works. You can't stand on the ground on your own 2 feet and flip a giant tactical van
I don't know.
with
Like
a chain. Anthony, you can't
Can he-
stop. What are you doing with your arm over here? It doesn't matter how you move your
Boom.
arm.
Boom! If he could bury his hand into the like pavement underneath.
He didn't.
I'm hypothetically here.
The arm is
Speaking.
attached to his body.
Yes, but if it's in there like that, like wrist deep or something, I guess, and the chain or hook is like down in here, and then
It's not.
it
gonna
wouldn't
happen.
work. I think it would tear into the concrete. Like it wouldn't hold like that amount of force pulling. Like I'm saying, like if he could get it in the ground enough, would it be like something that would like stop a
No.
vehicle? Because
No.
like you tie something around a tree, which is like in the ground or something, or like a pole that's in the ground, it can stop a vehicle going at a certain rate. But
not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this. As cool as it looked, sure, it's nice to like. Wow, that's a cool stunt. Absolutely not realistic. Absolutely not. So fake. It's not happening.
Hey.
And then he comes after them.
yeah,
He flips the limo, but Walker's like, it's Bucky.
yeah, it's Bucky.
And he flips the limo and takes him hostage.
Yeah,
On official, government business here. Not,
congressman business.
You're gonna testify in the trial. Okay.
He's just trying to be a
Yeah.
congressman,
Yeah,
okay?
he's just trying to-
He doesn't want to be doing all this. He's
Congressman duties.
He
Flipping.
just found some witnesses, okay?
Yeah, flipping tack vehicles is congressman duty.
Oh.
And Alexi, the Winter Soldier!
Oh.
He's so excited.
Winter Soldier.
And I'm so glad that we do get scenes where he's trying to say that they're the same.
That's another thing. Okay, so yeah, this is like the new Avengers, right?
Yeah.
What? The half of the team is Russian. It's like not even like an American team anymore, but it's based out of New York or whatever.
I mean,
like
Bucky isn't Russian.
I know, but like you got Yelena, you got Red Guardian, who is totally Russian.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then people just I think in universe would associate Bucky.
Oh, he was a United States
With
congressman,
Russia.
okay?
Yeah, but the Winter Soldier, you got the red star on his
Not
armor.
anymore,
He used to,
not.
but like that probably is in people's minds,
Apparently not, because we're gonna arrest Sam Wilson and not the Winter Soldier in the black neighborhood in broad daylight, according to
Right.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So actually, people don't recognize Bucky at all.
Oh, look, an assassin there. Killed so many people.
Sorry, Mr. Barnes, you have a warrant out for not checking in with your therapist or something. You're gonna have to go to jail. We're really sorry about this.
Almost didn't notice you because you're white.
Yeah. That's
My
how that
goodness.
works.
Ridiculous. We have Valentina. This is where she starts convincing Bob, that she's the only one that understands him and everything.
Based off literally nothing. She has to ask, does this outfit look nurturing?
Yeah.
Before she goes in there, she's like really laying it on thick.
Yeah, and so Valentina is wanting press immediately after, she gets him to use his powers kind of with the glass and everything.
Yeah, he's doing like Matilda level stuff in there.
What's
She's like, call the press!
going on, Matilda, on that glass? And then, yeah, so she's wanting, press. She wants to put him in the suit and everything. And Mel is worried about him being unstable, which
he is.
He is. And she calls Bucky, and that's where it meets up.
Oh, they're all trying to tell him about Bob as they're in bonds.
Yeah.
And he's not listening until Mel tells him, and then they're like,
Bob!
And now he's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, as I guess whatever Bucky said, I guess it's when Bucky agrees, and they're about to leave. Alexi, for the glory.
Yeah, so excited.
That made me laugh. I love it, because isn't that what his toy says, or something like?
No, it spoke Russian.
I said it somewhere at some point. I don't know, but for the glory was I loved it. So yeah, then they're on their way to Watchtower.
I'll wait till I get there. What are we doing here? Where are we?
They're in this box truck and they're comparing guns in the back.
I like that. Yeah.
I got the long barrel or whatever.
Yeah. Elena's like, I have this and I have this knife. I have this.
Yeah.
She's like got all this stuff, which is on brand for
Oh, I wish that this could have been a scene where like she had a bunch of pockets and she was like pulling things out of the pocket. Like
She gave it to Natasha. See, this was an opportunity. I want her to get the vest back.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
And she needs to have the vest back because it has to be accessible, right? Like, come on.
It's not on her body. Well, there's no body, I guess. So
stop. Right there. That's enough out of you. Clint needs to have the vest.
What did Red Skull? What happens to the bodies? Because Gamora wasn't there.
I don't want to talk about it.
Red Skull goes down there, cleans it up.
Stop.
Well, I mean, I guess time-wise,
Stop.
it didn't matter. Whatever. Let's carry on. So they're comparing guns in the back, and in the front, Bucky and Red Guardian are talking, and Alexi's like, we should be co-leaders.
What super soldier serum did you get?
The normal kind.
I don't know, Hydra? Oh, Hydra. He's like excited. Alexi.
Oh.
That was something, again, on my list of things I needed to see from this movie. Like, I had things that I needed to see happen, and that was one of them. Like, Alexi
that was good.
Like, yes, we are the same. For the country, yes.
Oh.
And yeah, he's repeating everything Bucky says. Like, he's like echoing him. And like, we need a plan. What's the plan? Bucky just drives him straight into the building.
Straight into the building.
And everyone just gets out and immediately starts shooting. I enjoyed this too.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, go, go, go. And Valentina, I just put that drywall in.
Oh, that was annoying.
Just come upstairs.
Just come upstairs. Okay.
Come see Homelander.
Come see what I made Bob into.
I dyed his hair. Do you like it? This hurt.
It hurt.
It hurt me. I feel like I saw it in the trailer when the elevator opens and they're all in there. You know what elevator that is?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, it's because they're Avengers.
it makes my tummy hurt. Like, it's just sad. Like,
Yeah.
that this tower has been turned into this. And, like, the whole time that they were showing this area up here with the bar and everything, I was thinking about Age of Ultron.
Yeah. With Tony behind the bar and Loki coming in or something. That's what I was
That's not
thinking.
Age of Ultron. That's Avengers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I just heard what I wanted to hear. That's what I was thinking of. But yes, go ahead with the Age of Ultron.
Thinking about everyone being there. All the Avengers were there. Just
like the
party
where they were hanging out and like
trying drinking and having a good time.
Trying to get the hammer.
Yeah, but I mean, just all the things that happened there.
Yeah.
And how long ago it is now. It just makes it feel so far away, like that those Avengers were here, and now just Valentina just bought the building. Tony sold it, and now half of them are dead, and now you have Yelena walking in here. With how many times was Natasha here? You have Bucky up here. How many times was Steve here? All these people where it means something to them, and
stop making me feel
have
things.
No
okay?
idea. Just so like. Natasha was making drinks behind that bar for everyone.
Yeah.
And, Yelena got, like, thrown
and
against
Bruce came up there.
Stop.
And,
We're not talking about
they had a moment together.
Stop.
I miss the good old days.
So Valentina brings out her boy toy. Sentry.
Excuse me? Well, before that, John Walker's, like, about to shoot her. Like, he pulls his gun. Yeah, but, like, someone, Yelena or somebody, tells him to stop.
Bucky
tells him to stop. And then Bucky tries to grab her. And
honestly, Bucky needed to step up
Sentry
in this scene, and he did not step up. He could have been, I don't know what he was about to do something. More, but he needed to be a little bit more of a man in this situation.
He should have just let Walker shoot her.
He's trying to be better than that.
Well, he was trying to do something, and then Sentry stopped him, so...
This looked really fake.
Yes,
I agree. A lot of this, and I was struggling with it because it's, like, important and, like, it's a fight, but something about this, just the way that they were all getting stopped, it's not like we haven't seen it before with Thanos doing this to people. Just something about the way that this was done looked 100% like it was on wires.
To me, yeah. Well, it was more... I don't know, wires. Maybe it was wires. It felt like just like bad CG is what it felt like.
Well, they're attached to something.
The moving Sentry moving around felt like him. He's basically in one spot.
Yeah.
Like just pushing them away, kind of, and redirecting them, and it felt like his movements were like just bad CG.
Yeah.
And I was like, if this is where one of the only places you're using CG.
What are you...
Like...
Did you not see Void?
That's not that hard, though.
Well...
Void is like, just... it's a silhouette, basically. There's not much to... There's no detail. Except the eyes. Which I love. That looks real creepy, but... So yeah, Valentina wanted him to kill them, and he doesn't want to do that
because he's like there's no point or something.
But I thought it was more like I think he said something. It's like, no, I mean, they didn't do anything wrong, or like they're fine, like they're good
they
people.
They can't do anything to me. Why would I kill them?
And I do feel it was like he said like they can't even do anything to me. But I felt like it was also a bit like, Yelena, she was so nice to me.
Well, yeah, she tried to talk to him multiple times, and everybody else just kept trying to run around her and attack him.
Yeah.
She couldn't talk. Like, she cared and actually was nicer to him than Valentina, even when Valentina is trying.
Yeah.
So.
But, so they all end up bailing. because they can't fight him.
You know, they slide back into that elevator and down onto the street where no one starts running at the sight of these people who clearly look like they've been in a fight at the foot of this tower where so many fights have broken out of that have completely leveled this area.
Yeah.
And Yelena's screaming about what happened up there, and they're all in an altercation, and people are just walking by.
Yep.
Weird.
And meanwhile, up top, Valentina is upset with Sentry, and this is where he's this other version of Bob. He's like feeling very...
He's feeling confident.
Sure, confident. But
he's feeling powerful. He's feeling strong.
Yeah. And Valentina is about to hit his kill switch. She's basically Amanda Waller. And
yeah. This had a lot of elements going here.
A lot of Suicide Squad going.
Suicide Squad. It had some The Boys. A lot of stuff going on here.
Well, yeah. So it's Mel that ends up grabbing the trigger because Valentina drops it, and
yeah. What she say? She wants a raise or something.
Yeah. When you see it was like, oh dang! You saw his eyes go, just blood, like, yeah. Oh, bro. But yeah, then so we think, we are
led to believe that he is dead
that
for
he's
1
dead.
second.
Yeah.
Valentina thinks he's dead. Let's say
there
that.
we go. Yes, Valentina thinks he's dead. Yeah. Then we have the Thunderbolts, and they kind of all go their separate ways.
Yelena runs off and Alexei follows her
for a second. Yeah. Alexei follows. Yelena. And this was the other part, or my favorite part.
This was so sad
of them. Yeah, like
I'm getting upset thinking about it.
Just being a father, and
this is the part where she had to do her thing where she cries, or does her little lip.
Yeah,
I was waiting. Yeah. I knew it had to come.
Yeah.
She says, "Daddy, I'm so alone."
Yeah. Dang, dude.
That's rough.
It's like, oh.
Dang.
Oh man. But I liked how, he was like, you told me you wanted to be the goalie, so
everyone would depend on you.
Yeah,
if they
messed up, that you would be there, that they could count on you.
Which is so on brand for her.
Yeah.
As a little kid, you think back to the little kid in Black Widow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that totally fits, the vibe she's giving, the energy that little kid had.
And that's what I mean, like, that's where this movie does, like, really good with the characters. Like...
Well, I saw an article that said they let the actors have more input about the characters.
Good.
And that's what you've got to do these days, because if there's no one keeping track of what's going on, it's going to get bad. But if you there's no one who's going to know better what was going on than the actual actor.
Yeah. Unless you're Gwyneth Paltrow and you have no idea what's going on.
Well, you don't have to try very hard.
You don't even know that you're in a movie.
You don't even worry about trademarking Avengers.
Yeah.
Pepper's
really? Out of it, man.
Pepper? For all that time, Pepper wasn't worried about that. That doesn't
Pepper
seem
turned
for
into
real.
her real world counterpart.
Pepper turned into Gwyneth Paltrow and didn't... I don't understand that. I saw that online. Like, really?
Yeah.
Pepper didn't ever get on that? Weird. Oh, don't bring racial segment into this.
She's a meme.
Pepper needs the answer for this. Pepper needs to be in Doomsday talking to Sam about this.
Oh, what a terrible team, Sam and Rescue.
Sam's like, no, we're the Avengers, and it's literally Rescue and New Falcon.
Just them three.
She's basically Iron Man. Tony programmed so much into this suit, she doesn't have to really be in it. It's just
goes
suit.
autopilot.
It's just the suit. She's not even here. It's me, Red Wing, this rescue suit, and Falcon over here. Torres, that's it.
It's Torres.
We're the Avengers. Let us do it, Bucky.
Avengers, assemble.
Bucky's like, nah, even though we all just punch and shoot, we're gonna do a better job than you and Torres over there. Man.
Alright, so Void attacks. Back on track here. And I really loved this part of it because we see the Thunderbolts helping the public. And
Yeah.
I just liked it. I liked it. It was a good.
Well, some
Good
of
scene.
these people have never had this opportunity before. Like, Alexei just takes off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he was my
doing it.
favorite. He was my
Yeah.
favorite. Running, like holding like a piece of concrete and like covering people from falling debris.
But like Bucky, he's never had the chance to just be out on the street and do that.
Yeah, getting
Yeah.
a little, having more physics problems
Yeah.
with
Well,
using his arm as the shield against a car that's flying at him.
yes. But like he is always like in the past here, I'm struggling with my words here. He was killing people as a brainwashed soldier, or he was like hiding and he's scared of himself and trying to just lay low. And then, you know, he was in Wakanda and all that, and now
he's helped save the world, but we
not-
have not seen him on the ground helping civilians.
like it reminds me of the end of Avengers when we're like, oh, Captain America saved my life.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like he's never gotten to have that feeling.
And that's what I feel like they were going for with
Yeah.
this. Is like they're giving us that Avengers moment
Yeah.
in New
Even though
York.
it's really little.
It's smaller, yeah, but it does something for the characters, you know.
Which is
like-
crazy because you have like Ghost out there who's just like this one-off, almost throwaway from Ant-Man and the Wasp, like just randomly. And
Now,
now
see-
she's gonna be an Avenger and she's out there saving people.
that's one thing I'm disappointed with as well, is that Ghost didn't get a lot more character building in this. She still felt kind of like off to the side, even though, and she felt like the only one of that team that was off to the side.
I mean, I don't think that Bucky was as good as he could have been in this movie.
But he's established.
Yeah. He didn't quite feel all the way himself, and I think that maybe it's just because he was trying to come across as like a little more professional or authoritative or something, or what the deal was, but
I don't know. That's why I would have liked to see the Taskmaster and Ghost, just because it would have
I don't know,
given them
man.
more time.
I don't want them to risk falling in love.
That is true. So yeah, they're saving all these civilians, and well, we get them pushing all together, pushing that piece of concrete over, which I felt was like a little silly.
Well,
because it is all for that shot of them all being like in a row, like a team. Like
I just thought, like, honestly, it's gonna take everyone to flip that. How are you guys supposed to do anything like real?
There's 3 super soldiers. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you don't need all of them.
If John Walker can jump 30 feet straight in the air,
Yeah, yeah.
his thighs should be powerful enough to help him push that back over.
I agree. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then Alexei saves the little girl.
He's like, "You're safe," and then she disappears.
And then the void is there.
I really enjoyed the look of the void.
Me too.
I like his little shiny eyes.
Yes, this tiny little.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's good. It's creepy, but it's good.
This is an example of a movie with a, we'll call it a scary villain, creepy design villain. Like, for example, Gore got completely poo-pooed all over.
Yes, he did.
This was better.
Yes, it was balanced out better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Void is super overpowered and just immediately starts voiding New York. I mean, that's basically what he does, I guess, is just voiding it out.
And there are still people in the area somehow. The people of New York do not learn. There are people on this block. Get out of there.
Don't worry. Daredevil will save me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Spider-Man will
I saw a
save
post
me.
about all the people that were supposed to be in the area.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Daredevil,
Yeah.
Spider-Man. There was more people.
The Defenders, probably.
All of them. Kate.
Yeah. Where's Jack?
The swordsman needs to
Where's
save
the
us.
swordsman?
Jack could have done it.
Yeah, this, I don't know. I don't know how they would defeat him, but this is like,
It's a good thing Yelena was nice to him.
yeah, but like also, how do you know that he's not killing people when he's voiding it? Like,
she took a chance.
I know.
She was already depressed, so
It wasn't that hard.
Was that a suicide attempt?
Yeah, like.
Poor Alexi.
Yeah. Man, he's distraught.
Yeah, well.
No! Yelena!
He just thought she died.
Yeah. That was sad. Yeah, that was sad when he started screaming.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, they just had that great moment, and
Daddy, I'm so alone.
yeah,
And then she's dead, according to what he thinks.
Yeah.
And then again, I'm gonna call it this. Void just uses his Scarlet Witch powers on everybody.
Yeah.
The side that they've just dropped off of using, which is being able to see that kind of stuff. I mean, like in Age of Ultron, she can put people into situations.
Yes.
It's not an exact memory like that, but she can get into your head and project whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Or read your thoughts or anything. And they're just like, we're not going to use that, even when she's a bad guy.
Well, now we have Void.
Now we have Void, and everyone's like going to be like, oh, this is revolutionary. No, they did this already. And honestly, even worse, this is a movie about people advocating to go help their friend with a mental health disorder that they met 5 minutes ago.
But nobody can go help Wanda.
Yeah, but nobody can go check on Wanda.
And look what happens.
Look.
Now she's dead.
Look. He gets to be an Avenger. This guy. He made some good friends.
He made some good friends.
Wanda needed to make better friends, I guess. I mean.
So, what you're saying is Yelena is better than Natasha.
You know, there's comics that are companions to the movies that came out along the way. And Natasha is a great friend of Wanda in those. They didn't put it in the movies, though.
Yeah, couldn't.
I've literally got...
spend their time on that.
I've got comic frames of the Lagos incident where Natasha runs over and comforts her. They can't even talk to each other in the movies.
No.
But yeah, it's fine. Whatever. That's not what this movie's about. I just wanted to point it out how disappointing they're like, yeah, we take mental health seriously.
This time.
Give it a couple movies, because you won't later.
It's what they needed to do to make you care about the characters though here. So yeah, she goes into the void, and she goes back to her first kill, or not necessarily hers, but her whatever.
She lured that girl out.
Yeah. And then she starts breaking through walls, and we get to see more Red Room, which is them
Yes, this is
putting
what I was
guns
talking
together.
about. Whoever puts the gun together the fastest is exempt
Yeah,
from getting their hands whipped.
yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. Not that it's good, it's terrible,
No,
but
but
like
that's Red Room.
that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff that I want to see, as bad as that sounds. Like
Yeah.
how
There's
did
a reason why they do it in moderation, okay?
Yeah. Well, that's why we're gonna go see Ballerina, because I don't want it in moderation. That, and then they go back to her apartment.
Bro, that was what that was it's not good, but a good scene. Like, I don't know, like herself, like making her drink the bottle. I was like, damn. like, jeez.
I feel like I saw part of that in a trailer. I tried to stop watching trailers, but I think it opened with that, like her
Oh my goodness.
bending down to her own face,
Yeah,
and it made me think of Multiverse of Madness. I didn't look at it
that's
anything,
true.
but I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on here? She's like talking to herself or something. I didn't know that that's what it was, but yeah, she was like passed out and gets up and forces herself to drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty wild. I was like,
You know, honestly, this is gonna sound terrible. My first thought was like, how much vodka does it take?
yeah,
Her, like, yikes.
just a little bit more.
That's a lot, man. But yeah, she finds Bob.
Yes, then she finds
Because she's
Bob.
literally just like looking for him. She's just like, Bob, that's enough. And
She
then he's
sees
like,
him in the
"Yep."
mirror or something. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, he's in his least bad room.
Yeah, where he hears his parents fighting downstairs, and he makes it worse by trying to stand up for his mom.
But see, this is what I want. This is why I like this character a little bit, because it's like they actually cared to like give him
Story?
some backstory and like show us what his childhood was like. Like, you can say it, but they also showed it. And it was, I felt so bad for him because he was standing up for his mom. At least this is what I saw. Standing up for his mom, and then his mom was like, "You're the problem." Like, immediately,
it
like,
makes him. Well, yes, it's not right. It makes it worse for her, too, when he stands up for her. If she just is quiet and takes whatever, then it's over faster. So if he starts talking, yeah, she shouldn't treat him like that. But he gets it, and she gets it worse for him trying to stand up for
but
him.
like in his head, in his kid head, you know, it's like, I'm just trying to help, and my mom hates me. Like, so yeah, I liked that, but it was sad too. Like,
and he's like, "Don't worry about that. They'll be done soon."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, poor Bob. And what's he doing? He's building like a Rubik's cube. Or,
I wasn't even paying attention to that. Yeah.
He had some stuff around him.
But
and you know what else I found? I don't know, not interesting, or like interesting that they picked this element is that like Yelena had a really bad childhood.
Yeah.
And she's like empathizing for him, like not being like it could have been worse, or like she's like, no, Bob, this is bad.
Yeah. Well, I also thought it was like, which I saw that they had ideas for this, but like the whole point, I think, was that like the whole team has bad past, and like they had their own rooms, kind of, that they were gonna show, but they didn't. But I was like, that.
Damn, you know
that makes sense. That would bring that would give you, that would make you care even more for these other characters.
They should have shown. I mean, I guess you kind of get the point. That is the struggle, I think, with Ghost, is you already get it.
You already know her
gist
story.
Of it.
Yeah,
like, what are they gonna show her? Hurting people to.
Well, hers was something, because it was.
Did they say what?
Yeah, they said kind of everybody's room, I think, but hers was, they were gonna show her in the orphanage, and how the other kids were being mean to her or something.
Orphanage?
Apparently, she went to orphanage at some point. No, she was in an orphanage right when What's his name? The Goliath character.
He literally found her there after her dad was whatever
Yeah.
killed by the machine. Like, and what? He took her to an orphanage. He didn't keep her
thought,
then.
like, I thought she went to an orphanage, even though yeah, he found her, but like
That's weird. I thought he kept her the whole
something.
time. I
I
thought
don't
he
know.
raised her.
That
Hmm.
whatever. I mean, they didn't use it, so
Too bad we didn't get more Winter Soldier action because that was the. I literally
Yeah.
about passed out when we were watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and they opened with that. I don't even care that they were showing him killing that guy's son.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh!
always down to
'Cause
see
it's
more Winter
actually
Soldier.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, are you kidding me? When he turns around, he's got that mask on, he's got that makeup. You're like, oh my gosh! He does that thing with his arm. You're like, oh my god! Which he puts his arm back on in like the kitchen like that. And you're like, why does it get to make that noise here? It's like a straining noise.
He's in the kitchen.
Because he's in the kitchen. It's gratuitous. That was a gratuitous
That's a
one. Dang, yeah, and he's like, yeah, I went through my rooms. They really sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they all got out at the same time. I wanted to note that. Because they figured it out really fast.
We'll
get
get
through.
to that. Anyway,
Another convenience thing?
yeah, another convenience thing, but yeah, so with Bob and Yelena in here, she
Ugh.
basically, she talks about, hey, you can't, from earlier we didn't say anything about it, but you can't push it down.
You can't shove it down all the
Yeah.
way down to the bottom and then you just don't think about it.
Yeah.
I like it when she, I don't know how to
She
describe
keeps
that.
going.
Yeah.
Run on sentences
When
or something.
she like super elaborates
Yeah.
in that.
All the way down.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so she says that, and basically says that like they need to talk to each other or whatever,
This is
not
gonna
push
be-
it down. They can talk to each other, kind of thing.
Because it will make you feel better.
Yeah, and then Void doesn't like what's going on, so like the room attacks him, both of them, and then the rest of the team decide to all come in at the same time.
They all figured out how to get through their rooms at the same time. Nobody had a breakdown in their room and got stuck. Nothing like that. They're just like, yeah, we figured it out. We're here. Alexi tears a pillow apart.
Ah!
It's a pillow!
I wonder what his rooms were, because like he seems to be having a good time all the time, even when it's bad.
I would imagine one of them would have to do with turning over Natasha and Yelena.
Yeah,
And I mean,
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I say something about how I don't like his hair. Maybe I say I want the party to actually feel like a party.
Him being mad at Dreykov, that's his room. Oh, probably him in a room crying that he never met Captain America.
I want him to confess.
Yeah.
So you were friends with Captain America?
Tell me. All right.
Yeah. So then, what did they go to the lab?
Bob's
worst room.
Yeah, they go to the worst room where Void is there.
And it seems like it's right after he was injected.
Yeah,
Because he, like, I don't know, it just gave the vibe that, like, he just got tested on and he accidentally killed those people.
Mm.
Like, they didn't know that this was going to happen.
Yeah. But, yeah, so Bob thinks that the best way to take Void on the Void.
Is that Bob's idea?
I don't remember.
I didn't think it was Bob's idea to go fight him.
Yeah, either way, he starts punching him.
He starts wailing on himself, and I liked that Bucky noticed
that it was creeping up.
It's not right.
That is good, yeah.
Because
I didn't even think about that.
Matches. I mean,
yeah.
he would, if anyone
starts taking over you, kind of thing.
if anybody would know anything about dealing with an alternate version of yourself and having it creep up on you, kind of thing.
Yeah, that is good.
Of fighting with yourself feeling, that he would notice. Also, it was like visually creeping up on him, but Bucky was like, this isn't right.
I liked that whole thing because it's like it's not the right thing to do, and it's like it's the bad part is taking over him.
I didn't like that everyone was like wind tunnel pressed back by stuff while Bob was fighting himself. It just felt really cheap.
Yeah.
And then it's Yelena that breaks through and makes her way all the way up there, and she's holding
parkour.
him. I don't remember what she says. Yeah, she's like Matrix dodging stuff to get up there. Grabs onto him. And she's like, "I'm here." He gets more mad after she gets like cut by glass or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna throw up right now.
So through the power of friendship,
by the power of my love for Yelena, like, what's going on here? You got her little face! Stop! And then everyone gets up there and gives Bob a hug.
And that works.
It's the power of friendship.
It's the power of friendship.
I did know.
Irritating. I like the theme of like working through like the mental health issue, but the whole Void verse or whatever, it just feels wrong for these characters. Like it feels like silly to be in that kind of thing. Like
it feels weird for the stakes to be like the stakes are high. Deal with your emotions.
Yeah,
like, that's where I struggle. Yeah.
And like this is it. This is
the it moment.
This is it. Yeah.
Face your feelings.
But also like what I'm trying to say is like these are all like ground level heroes. I feel like I should be watching a Winter Soldier movie, right? And
I would love to watch a Winter Soldier movie. Can I make it right now?
I'm comparing it to like the Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
You can't compare it to that because it's
not as good, but it's in the same like tone is what they're trying to do. And going into that Void thing, it doesn't fit with like the reality, like just real world. I mean, I know this is superhero stuff, but like Captain America is more of a real world kind of thing. So that felt weird to me, like as well, along with it being like this is the it moment.
He faced his feelings, and so did we.
Yay, we're best friends now. We're gonna be the Avenger.
Well, then they get out onto the street, and Bob has no idea what happened.
Yeah.
No memory of any of it, and he's chill with that.
So, I do think they could have done a better job at, like, more clearly navigating Bob's shifts and stuff. Like, it felt very random to me. Like, I guess, like, the high... I guess it made sense, like, the high... Like, he felt good in the suit, so it brought him up a little bit. And then he got killed, and that brought him down.
Respectfully, was it supposed to be like he was bipolar? Or is it multiple personalities, like completely split?
See, that's the thing. It's like, I don't feel like it's very clear. Yeah. And then also with the memory loss thing, is like, how does that happen? Like, how often does that happen? Because he like couldn't remember anything at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he can't remember anything. Is it just like after he does
anytime
Void?
That thing is activated, anytime he's not just regular street level Bob, whether he be like using...
But is it Sentry? I'd assume it's just
like he's Bob,
Void,
Sentry, and Void.
Yeah.
Like Sentry is... Because he didn't know he could fly or do any of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And Sentry just like regular, not blacked out.
Yeah.
Sentry could do powerful things, and then Void was,
I feel like he only forgets after Void, not Sentry, because he flew and did all that, and then he was back to himself when he was talking to Valentina, and then he became Sentry again.
Well, then that could be more
But then
useful. But no, what did they say in the
Void-
end credit? They were like, "What are we gonna do? Ride Bob?" Or was that
Yeah.
the end credit?
Yeah, I think so.
Or did we talk about that? Was that
No,
a
I
real
thought
thing?
Red Guardian said that.
Yeah,
so.
like we could ride Bob into the sky.
Yeah.
Something like completely ridiculous. So can he? Because he was like refusing. Can he use any power, or will he automatically?
Well,
put
he
in
said
again?
the problem is, so I guess it would trigger him to lose his memory no matter what if he did do Sentry, because he says in that end credit that he can't become Sentry without Void coming out as well.
So he needs some medication
Yeah.
so that he can access Sentry without Void.
Yeah. I'm just saying that he loses his memory after Void because he becomes Void at the end of this movie and he loses his memory,
Mhm.
and he in that room, his worst room,
Mhm.
that's when he became Void for the first time,
Mhm.
and he didn't remember at the beginning of the movie. So like he just became Void
Uh,
before that.
yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it's like it kind of correlates. But like if he's becoming Sentry and that brings out Void too, then he's gonna lose his memory.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so they're all standing there on the street, and Valentina is standing there like, I need a car, now!
yeah.
Get me out of here! And then, yeah, everyone starts angrily walking towards her, and she stumbles backwards through the plastic sheet, and they follow her into, like, the biggest group of press people, which, like, I guess at this point, New York is used to it, so there would be that many reporters readily available to jump in there and get on top of it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of silly, because this fight literally concluded, like,
It was really
one second
quick.
ago.
Yeah.
And she already had press there.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
she
technically they were on the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I know she already planned that, but like they were set up and ready and like live.
Yeah.
And she's like, "These are the new Avengers, my Avengers."
This is what I've been working on.
Yeah.
They just saved you
Valentina
guys.
has plan A through Z, and she's used every single one of them.
She has plans A through Y.
Oh, Plan Z, I love you. It's lemon scented.
And it's lemon scented.
Z, the letter after Y.
So yeah, now we got the new Avengers, and that's what the asterisk is for, and now Yelena's like,
we own you. Which I'd like to see how that actually plays out.
Yeah. But yeah, what we also saw the mid-credit scene, we get
I liked
Red Guardian.
Before that, we had all the propaganda posters,
and
magazines, and headlines about like Yelena.
Are they the new Avengers?
Yes, we can or can't. Can they do it?
Yeah.
We can do it. Can they do it?
Yeah, I like that.
Because
everybody's feeling it.
Yeah.
It's like, can they really be the new Avengers?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, okay. I like the characters of this team more than what they could do with Sam.
Yeah.
But yeah, their abilities are not up to snuff.
Not that Sam helps the abilities.
No,
it's
but
like
he
we
can.
Need Thor to come back or something.
But yeah, like you bring Thor, or you bring what other losers do they have? Shang-Chi. You know, like She-Hulk.
Not
like
She-Hulk.
I don't care about those characters. Like they have better powers.
Mm-hmm.
They're more powerful, but
Ghost is like literally the most powerful one.
Well, super soldiers are pretty powerful, I guess.
But she can like disappear.
Yeah, she does have like a power.
She can actually do something that might give them an upper hand.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, if we're gonna have a Civil War 2, I'd rather have these guys win, but they are weaker.
I enjoy them.
It's a good thing they have That's the thing. It's like they have Sentry if he can get his powers under control. They have Sentry, but then they're OP because he's just
The Avengers
way overpowered.
They had Vision. They had Wanda. Granted,
yeah, but she didn't have her
full potential.
Yeah, her full power.
Vision though.
Vision, I mean, Sentry's stronger than Vision. It's
Put the boys against each other. Vision would take him out.
Vision
could take him out. Vision has a laser.
Okay, and it probably wouldn't even affect Sentry, so.
Vision could do it. I have full faith, 100%. I believe in him. He has infinity. Well, not anymore. Vision in his prime.
Yeah. So yeah, we get that mid credit scene with Alexi and the box of Wheaties and
that poor lady in the store.
Yeah.
She has no idea that it's him on the box.
Yeah.
Even when he says it, she doesn't care and won't buy the cereal.
He holds it up to his face. So yeah, that's just a funny one, and then we get the big one at the very end, which is the longest post-credit scene.
Directed by the Russos.
Yes, on the set of Doomsday.
Now, I saw some people saying it was a scene from Doomsday. I think that they might just be saying that wrong. I
don't know. They might use it.
What credit is that? I don't know. The one where Sam...
The Ant-Man one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Bucky
and Civil War.
Yeah. Yep, you got it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I obviously I like the end credit.
I mean, there's no way that they're not going to show the Fantastic Four coming in, right?
They don't have to. In a end credit scene, they don't have to. Obviously, they can't connect other things. I think this was a step up. But yeah, I knew they were coming in because the freaking credits had the Fantastic Four theme listed, in the music. So right before that started, it was like, oh well, I think it's gonna be something about the Fantastic Four. But that was cool seeing their ship coming in, and I'm excited. I like how, which I thought they would kind of connect like this, but Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four all kind of flow together very nicely. I think they're different movies, but they have connections that kind of flow now.
What's the connection from Brave New World?
Well, they're mentioning the events of Brave New World, and then in this, Sam's upset, he's a new Captain America, they're being relevant with the movie that just happened, kind of with the character from the movie. So
sure, yeah.
It feels like the next step, not just a random movie thrown in.
Yeah.
Oh, let's watch Eternals now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I know what he says. Some people are upset that Fantastic Four. What was that? You're talking about the Avengers. I think I saw something about people being upset about Fantastic Four being shown in the end credits, so you know the end. I was under
the impression people were disappointed when they went and saw it that it said that the Thunderbolts were the new Avengers before it showed them actually sometime later being a legitimate new Avengers team. I was under the impression that is what people were frustrated about, not the fact that they saw the Fantastic Four theme listed in the music.
Yeah.
Immediately preceding the end credit scene.
Yeah.
Maybe there's two different. Maybe people are upset about both things.
The thing that I was saying is I saw people that were upset about them even showing the Fantastic Four in the end credit scene because it gives away the ending of the movie, The Fantastic Four.
We always knew they were coming over.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's it's public knowledge that they're not staying in their universe.
Which
Like,
we were told that.
yeah. So I don't know why people are upset about that, but I've seen it. um, yeah, and then Sam is mad.
That's still the two most interesting takeaways to me
Yeah.
from the end credit is that Bucky and Yelena are working together, which I enjoy.
They were very close.
No, you don't have to say it like that.
They're very close.
I'm just still irate and disappointed that for some reason that has not been explained. They chose to ignore just so much comic history, and they were like, no, Bucky and Natasha don't know each other at all. And it really, 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 really irks me. So I'm taking my plan B here. They can at least be friends. Bucky and Yelena can at least be friends and get along.
They need to get through these next two Avengers movies, and then maybe they have a chance.
They need to at least get along and have good banter. That's all I'm asking for, because I feel that I'm owed at least that. And Bob can stay all the way across the room. Okay, because if Yelena does not have love interests in comics, she especially doesn't need to be with Bob in movies. Okay? That's just not right. But also, yes, I'm even more interested in the fact that Sam is being a little baby boy about Avengers, but also, like, Bucky is on this team, and Sam likes to act like him and Bucky are, like, the bestest of buddies, because they're both Steve's, buddies.
Yeah.
Even though Steve picked Sam over Bucky. Ridiculous. And, like, just all this extra stuff of, like, that beef, and now Sam is, like, throwing a fit. I don't know. It's funny. Because also Bucky doesn't even really seem bothered by it.
Yeah. He's like, whatever.
Oh yeah, Sam is mad about the thing.
He's mad. Yeah. I don't know. I'd totally be down for a Civil War 2.
Okay, but you keep saying this. Civil War 2. There's nothing even remotely like that on the thing. We're headed for Doomsday.
Yeah, I know.
We don't have Civil War 2.
But I want Civil War 2.
Civil War 2. So you mean the next Captain America?
I want Captain America versus
Captain America
Bucky.
versus the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah. But he obviously wants the name for some reason, so he's trying to build a team. But is he? It's been all this time and he hasn't built a team. He hasn't taken the Avengers. He hasn't taken the Avengers name. So
he hasn't taken the Avengers initiative.
All right. So overall, what did you think of Thunderbolts? Or the new Avengers?
I didn't super love Bob. I guess, get behind the mental health theme. I wish that they'd been a little tighter with some stuff. It feels better. It feels like it's set in the MCU.
Yes.
They did a good job of making jokes without making it about the jokes. Like, making a bad movie because they were too focused on trying to make it funny. I'm a little apprehensive after the first watch. Will I watch it multiple more times? Absolutely. Yes. And will it probably be in my top 10? I don't think it will quite make it there.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because I've been seeing people put this like above Guardians 3.
I would put it above Guardians 3. I didn't really enjoy that at all.
Ooh.
I liked Rocket.
I think Guardians
backstory,
3 is way better.
But like the rest of it,
well, maybe
with that
not
silly
way better, but
Animal Planet and stuff, I didn't like that. And the silly, like, fleshy planet, didn't like that either. A lot of things about that one.
Orgo Court?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't like that. I'd put this right now. Oh, off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head.
Somehow this would be comparable to like Ant-Man.
Really?
Yeah. This would make possibly, and I don't know, I'd have to look at everything and move things around on paper. It would not, I don't think, be in my top 15, but it would be above 20.
Jeez. That's not very good.
Well, okay, but there's like there's so much. It's not the best, but it's not the absolute like garbage we've been that's been shoveled down my throat for the past like 15 movies have just been bad for years. Since what is that? Since 2021, everything has been pretty overall garbage.
Was it 20? I think it was 20. Were you saying Endgame?
I'm saying like since the Disney Plus shows started,
which was right after Endgame.
Yeah, I feel like most of the movies
it was like
2020,
I think.
After Endgame came out, I know that you liked Spider-Man. I liked Black Widow.
I liked Black Widow. I liked No Way Home. I loved Guardians.
I didn't like Guardians.
No Way Home and Guardians are like the best ones. And I like Daredevil and Wolverine. That was good.
That was okay, yeah.
It's good. It just, it is like a cameo fest. You know? But it's a Deadpool movie and it's funny and it's fun, So.
To me, just everything since then, movie-wise, aside from Black Widow, and I guess I can include Spider-Man in that, has just been like, I've been force-fed bad, awful bad stuff. And this is not so bad. I can get that taste out of my mouth a little bit and be genuinely hopeful for the future, even though I keep saying, like, hey, the next one will be better.
Maybe it'll get better.
The next one will get
Fantastic
better.
Four does look pretty good.
Yeah.
So
this year, movie-wise, I want to be heavy on the movie-wise, looks better.
Yeah. Yes.
Still looks like they're trying to flush their shows.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
But did they say that Ironheart was completely unreleasable and had to be reworked?
Really?
From what it
I
was?
didn't even. Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Like it was like real on the like tippy top of the fence of like, oh gosh, this could go completely in the trash, or we could try and fix it.
Dang.
So.
All right. Well. Yeah. Overall, for me, I think they may. I guess it worked, but I would have liked it to maybe dial a bit back on the humor. I think it had a little, for me, it had a little bit too much humor, and I would have liked it to lean a little more towards the seriousness of something like Winter Soldier.
Well, he would have to actually have a bigger part in the movie than he did.
Yes, which I would love.
I would have liked it too, but unfortunately. Yeah.
But it is, I understand that it's kind of hard to avoid the comedy when you've got
Red
Guardian, yeah, and Yelena's funny too, but like in a different way. But yeah, I just, like I said, I didn't really enjoy the third act being what it was, like that's the climax of the movie or something, like but I think they did really well with the character, like making you care about characters in this movie and building them up a little bit more, except for Ghost, which I would love them to do better with her.
I think all they can do going forward is give her more time.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Yeah, you got to just give her more time, because it's. I guess you could show she grew up, so she was doing missions and stuff, right?
She's being used by S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, for S.H.I.E.L.D. So there's something there. You can make something there. So there you go. But yeah, I would put it out of recent stuff. Like I said, No Way Home, uh, Guardians 3, those Deadpool Wolverine. Like I feel like this is like just under those for me. Um, and then like under that, mostly everything is like really bad. So like I like this more than Brave New World. That like
Oh yeah.
this is way better.
This is a new director for Marvel, right?
Uh, I think so.
This guy needs more.
Yeah.
Add this to your list.
But yeah, also you need to focus on the details, new
Yes.
guy, and make
Well,
sure that
the new
you're.
guy didn't necessarily write the script.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, that's another overall thing for me is yeah, which was one for you too. Tighten up on the details there. Um, but yeah, it also made me excited for what's to come with that end credits. Um, Fantastic Four does look good, and now I'm more excited for Doomsday. So and having the new Avengers meet the Fantastic Four. Are they going to be the first to meet them since they saw them, or is somebody else going to get to them first?
Is this going to be the first time that, like, is Spider-Man going to respond, and Doctor Strange, and Daredevil,
all at the same time?
all at the same time, like they haven't been doing in all their other stuff when they should have?
Oh, I finally had some time to do some superhero stuff. All right. You have anything else on Thunderbolts?
I don't think so. I think that's all I can say at this moment. I hope I don't have any regrets about that. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything.
That's the thing. You're always going to have something else to say later on.
I know, but that's just part of being me.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and we will have another poll up on
Our first Spotify poll.
I think I threw one up for one of the other ones, but
Boom.
just to see how it worked. But yeah, we'll have a poll up on Spotify now, and also same on Instagram. Those ones will be for 24 hours. That Blue Ghost Review and that Two Ghost Review. Be sure to leave a comment on what you thought of Thunderbolts or any of the other things that we've reviewed, and we'll talk about the comments and converse. And yeah, I think that's it. See you guys next time.